Okay, here we are. We're in the heart of Soho in London, in this groovy little venue called the Piano Bar, where George and the management have kindly allowed me to host what many people, many people regard as the world's greatest jazz guitarist. This is the one and the only Peter Bernstein.
Thank you for that hyperbolic introduction. It's ridiculous, but thanks, man. It's great to be
Well,
here
it's
with
absolutely
you.
true.
Thanks for the invitation.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. I mean, I can't quite believe you're here. Peter's here with Larry Goldings and Bill Stewart. They're playing just down the road at the Pizza Express tonight. And this is the second date of how many date tour are you doing?
17 dates. Yeah.
17 dates across Europe.
It's amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah, looking fresh at the moment.
Well, just one gig in, so it's, yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to do any playing at any point and get me to shut up, then just say. I mean,
well, yeah, sure. I prefer to play first and talk
okay.
later, but it's up to you.
Let's
if
do
you
that.
have a burning question or anything, it's your
No.
thing. So, you know, whatever the format of the show is, I'm happy to fit in best I can.
maybe we should just play.
That's fine.
Shall we
with me,
play?
man. Yeah.
Do you want to do that Lullaby the Leaves?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And the key that you were talking about there, A flat minor.
Well, it's all your fault. Well, actually,
that was
it's,
Jesse Von
Jesse
Ruler's
Ruler's
idea,
fault.
but yeah, I like the key.
Okay.
So, what do you think? You want to take the melody, or how you want to do it?
Okay.
I'll follow you, man.
Absolutely amazing, man.
That's
Brilliant.
cool. Yeah, sounds beautiful, man. It's fun.
It's a funny old key. I thought I had it.
It's a funny thing. Yeah, it's weird. I can't get out of my head now that I'm thinking of the bridge. Like it's two dominant chords, you know.
Oh right, yeah. So
but it's wrong. Technically, it's like technically it's supposed to be a major chord.
I did play major seven.
But
I just thought you were playing blues.
I mean,
But you were.
Yeah. If there's a key center, you can
Yes.
you can get into that. That's the thing.
Right. I'm not sure where to start really. I mean, we could go way back if you like. It's,
Okay, whatever.
I mean, not that I know everything about your life at all, but I've been doing a little bit of digging around. So you started playing at 13, right?
Guitar at 13. I played piano earlier.
Right. Okay.
When I was younger, but I love music from young age, and just started on piano, and then saw some kids playing guitar in school, and
yeah.
Looks like fun.
So
Maybe a little younger. Maybe I got a guitar when I was 11,
Right.
12, something like that. 13's already 7th grade. So I got started listening to, I was into rock and blues at first, and then just got into jazz.
of course.
Through just hearing about different guitar players. But I liked jazz before. When my parents had a couple of jazz records, Dizzy Gillespie Big Band.
Right.
Liking that, and Charles Mingus record. So I listened to I was into it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like we sort of started about the same sort of time.
Yeah, but our generation, the guitar was already, the rock and roll instrument. That was how it was introduced to people
absolutely.
at that time. So,
Yeah.
but
So,
yeah.
if we fast forward, I mean, I know this is absolutely whizzing by, but by the time you're in your early 20s, you were out there as a professional musician, right?
I mean, I'm from New York City, so I never had to make that move when things, just started. But I remember playing, starting to play some gigs. Yeah, we were about 20, 21 maybe. Started playing jazz gigs around town, and there was a scene. There was some small little college bars. This place, Augie's, of course, which turned into Smoke now.
Right.
Was a important place for all of us to play. There was no cover charge. It was just a place, and we passed the hat. They gave us some money from the house, but we passed the hat around on the breaks, and that was the vibe.
Yeah,
and,
great.
That's how Larry started playing the organ, because there was no piano there. He had to bring a
Right.
keyboard, so he got this little rig where he had like a little Moog thing for the bass,
Okay.
like 2 octaves, and then he had like a chord on the top.
So who was playing this?
Larry.
Oh,
Goldings.
right,
That's
okay,
how we
right,
started
right,
playing.
right.
Before he ever played a Hammond organ, we played gigs at Augie's on his little rig,
Right, amazing.
But but that was around the time we started playing. So that was 1988, 89.
Right,
so
right.
21.
Okay.
But I was very fledgling. Yeah, I was in over my head in a lot of, just learning about the language and what kind of player I wanted to be and all that. But I just tried to get around the cats that excited me and made me excited to play.
Yeah. So if we just move a couple of years on, then by what I'm sort of reading on the internet, I suppose, it was about 1990, was that big break with Jim Hall, right?
Well, I met Jim at the new school because he was teaching there, and I took a few private lessons with him, but mostly he just had a class with about 8 or 9 guitar players, and
Right.
he would just kind of comp for us, and we'd play with each other, and we'd try to comp for him, and he just talked about concepts about
Sure.
what he was working on, and he was not, didn't have this method he wanted everyone to learn. It was very much open-minded.
Sure.
Like, use your ears, transcribe all kinds of things, listen to all kinds of things, and think about, what's, what you want to sound like. Think about someone like Jim playing with him and just being around him made you just be so aware of the details, because he was aware of the details.
Right.
And it just, it made everybody sound good. It was funny when he would comp for you. It was just like, wow, that's what a great rhythm section feels like.
Yeah.
And
So he must have been very taken with you, because he invited you to play
it was a concert that was part of the JVC Jazz Festival, and I think maybe he wanted to have some. Everyone was younger than him. All the people that were there. Pat Metheny was like the MC of the thing, and he played a couple tunes with Jim. Schofield and Abercrombie were there. Mick Goodrick and Abercrombie played together, and there was another part of the concert where Jim played with Ron and Carter, and he played duet with Jerry Mulligan. It was kind of a cool, like, he called it the Jim Hall Invitational. It was a concert for him. And I was just at it, I think, as like, maybe Jim wanted to show a younger guy, or, he'd been teaching, so he was like, how do I check this guy out?
Were you like sitting in the wings waiting to play while all these guys were playing?
Basically it was at Town Hall. I was just like, wow, this is really a cool thing to do. I was too stupid to even really be that nervous about it, And it was weird. I was kind of like, wow, I'm really touched that Jim asked me to play, and I just tried to play. I brought my little Polytone amp, and the sound guy like laughed at me. It's like, this is my amp. I was, I should. So he said, okay, well, and it was set up next to everybody's like rig and everything. Just looked ridiculous, little baby.
Great.
And I didn't have a good sound at all in those days. So I was lucky, and Jim, maybe he saw some potential in me, but. It's on a record too. It came out on Music Masters. I've never even bothered to listen to it.
Really?
I just have the memory of it, and I just was like, no, I don't.
You played.
We played Careful with everybody at the end,
yes.
or a lot of people at the end.
But you played How Deep Is the Ocean?
And we did it we played a chorus out front, improvising together in the key, and then went into C minor, and I was. Like I said, I was just honored to be there. I didn't have any expectations of like, oh, this is my break, or I didn't take the whole thing that seriously as a business at that time. I was just like, well, I'm getting to play it. Town Hall, that's cool, and whatever. I just kind of feel like that's nice. I just remember I should have been more nervous, really. I was just too
we should have
stupid.
been more nervous.
I wore a tie. Like I never wore a tie ever. It was just like I kind of was like, this is just like a strange event in my life.
You sound totally relaxed on that and absolutely fully formed.
I don't know about that. If that's
absolutely
fully formed, but a long way to go. A long way to go. But I was lucky to get a lot of experiences playing from that time on. Getting a chance to do gigs around and also to record. I was lucky that it was I don't know about a golden age, but there was a lot of recording. There were small labels, there were big labels, signing people. And so I got to record a lot in the 90s, which was good in terms of like experience, but maybe, I don't know, not so good in terms of the document of just like someone trying to find their way a little bit,